right, Tia. Let's see what you want to do, little puppy. Hi. What's this? Is your toy? Woo! Oh my goodness, I love that. Yeah. Oh, get it. Oh, you got it. Okay, so we're down here with Tia for our week 1 video recap. We're just going to run through all the little skills that we've introduced in this first week of training with the puppies. Oh, so we try to start our training sessions with a little bit of play. We want the dogs happy, outgoing, and making positive associations while we're training. Ready? What is that? There it is. You can see for a second Tia was thinking about chewing on my shoes, but I just redirected her to the toy. This is a flirt pole. We play with it with all the puppies. It's a really fun toy for the dogs. They get to not only chase, but then they can grab the toy. We can play a little tug. But the reason that I really like the flirt pole the best is because it's a great tool for teaching puppies not to mouth and bite at you or your clothes, because the tug is so far away from me, right? So there's not much of a chance that the puppy can come back and redirect onto my clothing or anything like that, because it's on this nice long line. So you can see Tia has it. We're playing a little tug right now. And you can notice that I'm just doing a little gentle opposition, just gentle little tugs. Oh, and then I won it again. So now she can chase it again. I'm not, if Tia has the tug, I'm not like pulling so hard that I'm dragging her across the ground. That's not how you want to use the flirt pole. Perfect. So now she has it again. She won. So we get to play a little tug. So you can see there's a little opposition on the line, but I'm not like picking the puppy up into the air, or now that she's got, I'm not like dragging her across the floor or anything like that. That's what you don't want to do when you play tug. Good girl. Oh my goodness. What do you have? Oh, you're so strong. Oh my goodness. Okay, don't bring me your pie box. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can get the tug from Tia. Oh, give me that. Good girl. And we're going to move into some of our training exercises. So for week 1, we try to keep it kind of light for these pups. The very first thing that we do is we introduce them to the marker system. Now you can either use a clicker. I'm going to be using a verbal yes because I have a broken arm. But these puppies have also been exposed to the clicker when my training partner is here 2 other days a week. So you can either say yes or you could click the clicker. So I'm going to start by charging the marker, yes. And then just offering Tia a piece of food. Good girl, you got that? Yes. So we do this in week 1. And when the puppies go home, I would encourage you to like follow the weeks as well. So even though we're going to get them to week 3, when they go home, back up and start all these behaviors at week 1. The dogs are going to be doing pretty well with them because we've been working with them for 3 weeks, but then you can also get good at doing the things too. Yes. Good girl. So now that we've done a few reps of just making that association between the marker and getting a piece of food, now we're going to practice following a food lure. So it's essential that our puppies can follow food, yes, in our hands, because that's going to set the stage for all the rest of the training. Yes. So you can see how connected Tia is to my food hand. We're going to do each thing like, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, 4 times, just whatever the puppy wants to do. She's in her potty box, so I just want to make sure she's got to take a little potty break real quick. If she can. What do you think, girlfriend? You got to go? Or you're just sniffing around in there? Yeah, she's just sniffing around. Okay, okay, I got more. So we just take a few steps. Yes, use our marker and release the treat. We can also pair this with their name. Tia. Yes, to start some name recognition as well. Okay, 1 more of those. Tia. Yes. Good puppy. What is that? What is that? Very good puppy. Ooh. Get it. So we're going to do a few things. Oh no, I went under the chair. She wants to go under there to get it. I'll get it for you. Here it is. We'll do a few reps of a few different behaviors, and then we'll let the puppies play a little bit. This is their first week of training, so we don't want to do too much at once. But then compared to the week 3 puppies, you can see how they kind of have the stamina to do more behaviors at once. Oh my God! You got it! You keep bringing it in the potty box. Don't bring it in there. Go get it! Good girl, Tia! Woo! She likes the ball. Wow! Wipe out. Okay, let's see if we can do a couple other exercises. What do I got? Look it, I got some food. And it also teaches the puppies to go back and forth between toys and food, right? All right, so now we're gonna do a hand target. So Tia's on the food lure. Touch, yes. But this time she's not connected. I pull the lure away so that she has to drive into my hand on her own. So that's different from following the food lure. Touch, yes. What a good girl. And we also introduced this week the first position. Oh, let her finish that piece. Was that a big piece? Good girl. Sit. Yes. Very good girl. So I'm using my marker for all these behaviors. The marker point for the hand target is when her nose touches my hand again, when it reconnects with my hand. And the marker point for the sit is when her butt goes on the ground. Sit. Uh-oh. Yes. So you'll notice there that I also waited to say yes until front feet were back on the ground as well. You did it! Get it! Get it! Good girl, Tia! Where's that ball? Where's that ball? Ready, get. Good girl. That one's a little baseball. Wow. Oh my goodness, you're so funny. You're so funny. Get it. Oh, you got it. Just picking it up. Nice. Look at this one's a basketball. Crinkly toy. I do also like longer tug toys like this as well, similar to the flirt pole. With it being so long, it's really easy for the puppy just to target the end of the toy, and my hand is so far away that they're not as likely to bite at my hand. No, not my sneakers. Good girl. Very good girl. You're so happy. Okay, another behavior that we introduced this week that we'll keep adding steps to in subsequent weeks is the mat. This will turn into a stay type behavior. But to start with, we're just going to lure the puppies onto the mat with a piece of food. My marker is going to be when the puppy has feet on, yes. And then I'm going to set a piece right on the mat. Now, Tia laid right down, which is the final behavior, yes, that I would like the puppies to do. But this week, I really don't care if they're sitting, standing, or laying down. Just the fact that they're on the mat earns them cookies in week 1. Wow, good girl. Okay. Here, okay. There's like the tiniest crumb. Look at, that's a big piece. Good girl. All right, then we're gonna move the mat. Tia. Oh my goodness. Was that piece hard to eat? There you go, good girl. Yes. Okay, so she's back on the mat. And I want to feed the puppy more than 1 cookie for being on the mat. In this training session, because we're going through everything, I'm just going to feed 2. But if you were working on just the mat at home, you could do more than 2. She's still chewing. Good girl. Okay. Right here. Good job. All right, so the fact that she's even laying down on the mat is more than I usually require in week 1, so that's great. She's already kind of forming that habit. What's this? We'll do a little bit more play, and then we've got one more thing. Kind of 2 more things. Oh, you got it. Don't bring it in there. Come here, that's gross. They just want to go into something when they have a toy, and the only thing to go into is this potty box. Yeah, oh, you got it. Good girl. Very good girl. Woo! Okay, I'm going to steal it back for a second. We'll do a little bit more play at the end. Okay, so yeah, kind of 2 more things here. Number 1, we always do a handling and restraint exercise. Each week we introduce a new one. Oh my goodness, there are toys everywhere. So for this week, it's a little bit of restraint. So I'm going to take my opposite arm, yes, and I'm going to bring that underneath the puppy's belly, okay? This is how they'll be restrained at the groomer or the vet. So I want puppies to get very comfortable with this type of handling right off the bat. I'm going to take my opposite hand, yes. So again, you can either say yes or you could click the clicker with this hand. My hand's just not strong enough to use the clicker yet. Maybe next week, we'll see. Or the week after. You're so smart. Yeah, she's still chewing on that. We'll do 1 more of those. Yes. Good girl. So with all the handling and restraint exercises, I might go through them 2, maybe 3 times max, but I don't want to do them a million times, just like all the other behaviors. Again, 1, because these are babies, their attention span is that of a gnat, and 2, because I don't want to sensitize the puppy to handling, I want to desensitize the puppy to handling. So I don't care if you're using food, if you do it too many times, eventually the dog's going to be like, stop squeezing me, right? Okay, so this is the very last thing we're going to do, is just get them dressed in their harnesses for like the last minute or so of their little training session this week. I know. So in and of itself, getting them dressed in the harness is also a restraint, an exercise in restraint. It's also tricky for me with, you're getting your feet out. Yes, you are. Okay, you don't get that food until I come get your feet in. It's a little bit tricky for me with kind of being down a hand. Oh, you're okay. So the puppies are learning that they have to kind of hold still when we need to handle them sometimes. I know, Tia. Good girl. So what I'm going to do with her is just stand up so I'm a little bit more off the floor so she's less likely to struggle. There we go. Now that I've got this mostly on, I'm going to set her down so she can eat that food. Oh my goodness. While I get her strapped in. And she'll get more and more used to this each week. Good girl. Oh my goodness. Was that terrible getting your harness on? Yeah. So we start to introduce the puppies to getting dressed in their harness right away. It is kind of a weird thing to have clothes on. And I know you might not think of a harness as clothes, but that's what it is for the puppy. And they're not born knowing what it means to wear the things that we put on them as humans. So this week we just get them dressed in their harness for a minute or so and have them play a little bit so that they're not hating the restricting feeling of the harness. And each week we'll have them wear it a little bit longer. No, don't go in the body box. Don't go in there. Good girl. You really got a grip on this tuggy. You really got a grip on it. Yeah. I'm not going to let you take it in the box. It's gross. Good girl. Oh my goodness. Look at you. Look at you. Good girl, Tia. Very good girl. All right, so just to recap real quick, we charged our marker word. I was using the word yes, but you could also use the clicker. We practiced following a food lure and doing the hand target behavior. We also practiced some sits, the first step in the mat, a little handling exercise, and wearing the harness while playing at the end here. So that's everything we did with the puppies for week 1. So make sure that you also access the video library that has more detailed instructional videos on how we teach all these behaviors. You need to watch those for when your puppy goes home. You know how to train all these things when your puppy goes home as well. And if you haven't already, make sure that you book your Zoom lesson for after your puppy goes home. The links for all of those things are in your initial confirmation email that you would have gotten when you first registered. Okay, so that very first email, it will be labeled as Stay and Train Zinnia's Puppies. Check your spam folder. Can I have that? Can I have it? Check your spam folder if you don't see it in your inbox. Good girl, I'm taking it back now. And shoot us an email if you have any questions. Good girl, Tia.